when it flies doesn't care about its size. And airplanes, even with their weight, can soar across the skies. From STEM to arts to sports, we have traveled far, even though they said we wouldn't make it. Do you know who we are?
मेरी काया के भेद कुछ अलग से हैं, ना है गलत ना है सही, कुदरत के इस इंतजाम का मैं हूँ खास तुम नहीं, मिल भी जाए अगर एक जन्म और फिर जी लूंगा मैं उसे 100 बार। आसमां के पार, 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 आसमां के पार।
Everyone is blessed, each differently than the rest, but we all have the zest to live life to the fullest. No matter our ability, we all can breathe in life in ways people can't imagine, though obstacles are rife. We may not have voices, but we are not unheard. Yes, we may seem trapped, but we are freer than birds. You may say we're cursed, but we're miracles in disguise. And you may try to put us down, but we will always rise.
कुछ सपने बुने आँखों ने, कुछ अपने चुने राहों ने, कुछ हसरतें बढ़ने लगी, कुछ चाहतें जगने लगी, मंजिलें रह गई खुद ब खुद पीछे और हम उड़ चले आसमां के पार, आसमां के पार, आसमां के पार, आसमां के
Hi everybody, Namaste, Namaskara, Vanakkam, Kemcho, Sugamano. How's your morning? You all must be joining in from various parts of the world, right? Delhi, Bombay, Baroda, Nagpur, United States, and the rest of the world. So beautiful to meet each one of you. From Guwahati, from Shillong, whichever parts of the world you are from. How's the day going? Did you all sleep well? Did you have a good night's sleep? Did you stretch well in the morning? Have you got your energy back? And why don't you do this before we start? Why don't you put your hands out? You can put it together, or you can put it up. You can do it in whichever way that you want. And try this exercise that I call the protractor asana. Okay? Ready? 1, 2. Like how a protractor opens up, that's all you need to do. And go this way. Don't stop. One more. Try it out. Why don't you? You can try this any time that your energy is a little low. Okay. Now that you've got your energy back to spend the next few minutes listening to lots and lots of stories. But before that, I'm going to ask you one other question. Did you have your breakfast? What did you all have for breakfast? Chapati, idli, dosa, puri, khichdi. What did you have for breakfast? I had my idli, vada and dosa. And between, can there be just one variety of dosa? Can you name different varieties of dosa that you've all had? The types of dosas that even change, the color change gives it a different name. Yeah. That plain dosa or ghee dosa, the paneer dosa, mushroom dosa, crispy dosa, and you make it a little thicker, it also becomes the uttapam. Put onion, onion uttapam. Put tomato, tomato uttapam. Wow. and you make it a little more thicker, it becomes set dosa. Whew. But when a dosa can have so many varieties, aren't we people also very similar? Huh? Even if we have friends, there is so much difference and uniqueness in each one of us, right? And we're all here today to celebrate inclusion. That inclusion that can have many, many meanings. And to me, it has always meant everyone is good at something or the other. And if you look around, peep out of your window, peep out of your terrace, and you just look around, you will see that there's so many things happening everywhere. And you look a little closer, you will see a variety in all of that. Let me tell you a story. No, it's not a story of a laddu or a bonda or a bhaji, but it's my story. And this happened when I was in 7th standard in school. And I studied my schooling in Chennai. I was not very fluent in English because I come from a first generation English speaking family. And I used to stammer a lot. I used to stammer to communicate. I used to stammer to even to my friends. And when someone asked me anything, I would just go and answer them with a lot of breaks. And by the time I finished, they would have just lost interest and moved away. And this was a time in school, there were so many opportunities for extracurricular activities, which all of us love more than our subjects, don't we? And I loved going on stage and watching the audience. But there was a slight issue in this. You know what? Even when I got the opportunity to go on stage multiple times, I just used to go and when I was starting my speech or starting to tell the news of the day, I just used to stammer in between and just come down off stage. And this made me extremely angry at myself, and I was very quiet, and I never spoke that entire day to anybody. And because people knew that I would stammer, that I was even left out in many of my class activities. I knew that, but I never had that power to just go and tell them. And that's when I remember my class teacher. I still remember her face and how she came to me one day. She came and sat in the same bench that I used to sit. And she put her hand on my shoulder and she asked me, "Vikram, why are you so quiet, Vikram?" And it's not the question she asked, but how she asked the question to me. And she asked me in a way that I slowly started talking, and it was in words. And then it became slow sentences. And because of my stammering, I told her that I was getting angry at myself, and I just didn't want to talk to anybody. And she asked me that question which changed my life. And even today, I remember, if not for that, I wouldn't be even talking to all of you. And she asked me, "Do you love going on stage? Do you love seeing everybody in front of you?" I said, "Yes." I said a yes so loudly. And the way she spoke to me, I felt like talking to a friend. And she smiled. And the next week, I saw something happening around me. She called for me from the staff room, and I went. And she said, "Vikram, tomorrow there is a group singing activity for a guest who's going to come to our school visiting, and you're going to be a part of it." But I said, "Ma'am, I don't sing." She said, "Doesn't matter. Just be in that group. Just go with the flow." And it might be difficult to go alone on stage, but when you're in a group, it's a little different. And she said, "Even if you stammer, it's okay. Just go and be there." And I found that so touching. Slowly, I started taking part in many, 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 many activities, which I found difficult doing it alone, but in a group, it looked very different and empowering. I took part in singing, I took part in drama, I took part in volunteering activities, and slowly, as time moved, I moved into college, and then work, and today, I tell stories. I only tell stories orally. I stammer sometimes, but I don't it doesn't matter, because when I see the joy in people listening and watching, it's me, right? Why should I be angry at me? And thanks to the teacher who listened to me. Do you have someone who listens to you like that? And a teacher, a friend, or your parents? And when I felt out and not included, I had my teachers to listen to me. And whenever you feel the same, find someone who listens to you. And share whatever you feel. And even when you find a classmate or a friend who's quiet, go and listen to them. Go and put your hand and ask them to share. And they may not, even if it's silence from them, it's okay, listen. They may tell you what they're going through. And many, many years later, now I travel the country performing stories to children and adults of various age groups who speak different languages. But stories connect me with all of them. And whenever I was quiet in class, you know what I used to do? I used to look out. I used to look out, and especially during November, it used to be that rainy season. It used to rain. It used to drizzle and rain. And moment it rains and the rains move out and the sun slowly comes, there's something beautiful that comes out, right? Have you all watched that? Do you know what I'm talking about? The one that when you look, it might have little colors, but when you go closer, it has so many colors. Yes, the rainbow. Will you come with me to see that rainbow? Let me take you into the rainbow. Give me your hand. Let's go. Oh. And the first color, and you have this acronym for rainbow colors, right? Vibgya. Yeah, the first color, violet. And violet represents creativity, resourcefulness, and the future. And many centuries back, you know what? Carrots were violet and not orange. Yeah. And the orange that we see, the carrots today, they say didn't even exist. All the carrots in the world were just violet. And there's only one flag in this entire world which has a tint of violet in it. The country of Dominica. It features a parrot as a national symbol, and that parrot has this tint of violet. Go check it out. You might see this bird and the parrot and see the color of violet in it. And when we think of planning, creativity, and strategy, and thinking what's going to happen, what is the one game that comes to your mind? That one game that definitely you would have played at your home or your school or with your friends. Yes, chess, absolutely. And chess, they say, was not now. It was played even centuries back. And chess is usually, they say, requires a lot of brain, concentration, eyesight. But you know that India has one of the strongest blind chess team? Yes. Megha. Megha, when she was staying in a hostel near Kolkata, Megha Chakrabarti was 6 years old at that time. And a few girls around Megha, and Megha's vision was not what was expected to play chess, but she, when she was along with her friends, she saw that they were playing some small games which she looked closer. And she asked them, what are you all playing? What is this board? What is that board that you're all using? What is this chess? And they said, oh, it's a chess board. And this incident had drawn her to chess. And her mother, Ms. Bhandana Chakrabarti, saw that Megha loved chess and even started motivating her. She got in touch with a coach in Kolkata, Durga Prasad sir, and got support for her to pursue her chess. And today, Megha is a professional chess player. Megha Chakrabarti has broken all the stereotypes. She's a national chess champion with vision impairment. Vishnu Anand, a name that all of us know and is synonymous with chess across the world. the first recipient of Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. I'm the first sports person to be awarded the Padma Vibhushan. And he too started playing chess when he was 6 years old with his mother. Both Megha's and Vishwanath Anand's mothers played such a strong role in this chess journey because they knew their children loved playing chess. Catch them both playing chess and doing a conversation around the oddities and getting over it. Megha and Vishwanath Anand. The timer is not there. The timer is not there.
हाय सर, आई एम मेघा फ्रॉम वेस्ट बंगाल। मुझे बहुत ही खुशी हो रहा है क्योंकि मेरा एक ड्रीम था आपसे मिलने के लिए, आज वो हो रहा है, इसीलिए मैं बहुत ही खुश हूँ सर। थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I'm really excited. Wonderful your spirit and your love for chess, and well, we'll get to see a little bit of it today.
आप जब छोटे थे तब से आप चेस खेल रहे हैं, तो आप चेस में इंटरेस्ट कैसे मिला आपको?
So when I was 6, my brother and sister were playing chess casually. They were not very serious about the game, but you know, the youngest one always wants to do whatever the others are doing. So I immediately went to my mother and said, you have to teach me how to play chess, and I want to sit there and pretend that I belong. So my mother taught me at the age of 6. Within a few months, they realized, he's not lost interest yet. And so the next thing was to put me in a chess club. So Megha, how did you come into contact with chess, and how did you start?
मैं हॉस्टल में रहती थी एक्चुअली। हॉस्टल पे एक सर आते थे, सर के पास गए और सर को बोला मैंने, सर मुझे चेस सिखाइए ना, मुझे सीखना है। तब मैं 2 स्टैंडर्ड में थे। वो ईयर के लास्ट में मैंने एक टूर्नामेंट गए थे खेलने के लिए, ब्लाइंड टूर्नामेंट। तो उधर जाके मैंने बेस्ट वुमेन को प्राइज मिला था मुझे। फिर उधर से मेरा चेस शुरुआत हुई।
You want to know what happened in my first tournament? I lost my first 3 games, and anyway, I went for the 4th game, and I got my first point because I got a walkover. My opponent didn't come that day, and afterwards I got a chess book from the organizers on the last day in the prize ceremony. I mean, probably they were amazed that I even went to the prize ceremony because I wasn't winning anything. So they had a book for me which said for perseverance. So that was my first prize in chess.
एक टफ पोजीशन में आप जब खेलते हैं तब आपको कैसा फील होता है?
Quite often I can smell that something is wrong before it happens. So by the time I get into a bad position, I have already changed my frame of mind. You know that then you immediately look, what did I do wrong? Why am I feeling like this? And it hits. But it's not a nice feeling. It never is. How do you experience it?
तो जब प्रेशर आता है, मैं शांत से बैठती हूँ, 2-3 मिनट ब्रीदिंग करती हूँ। एक गेम का मेरा याद है सर, मैंने वो बहुत मेरा वो पोजीशन पूरा गए थे मेरे हाथ से। उधर से मैंने बहुत टाइम से सोच के और अच्छा से खेल के, उधर उसने एक मिस्टेक कर दिया था, इसीलिए मैंने वो गेम निकाला था। मैं आपको रिक्वेस्ट कर रही हूँ कि आप मेरे साथ एक गेम खेलेंगे।
Of course, it's a pleasure for me to play with you. I think we can do 15 plus 10. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Hmm? You were playing extremely well. You developed well, all that. You lost a lot of time with your queen.
Yes.
But then a couple of moves were duplicating each other because the opponent is having a plan and they're executing it, and you're just going back and forth. That's not helpful. But it's very good what you're doing. You're checking your game immediately afterwards. You know what happens to me? If immediately after I play a game, I go home and I try to remember what I did.
Okay.
What happens is very often I will only remember what I wish I did. I will not remember what actually happened. So how you should do is you should go home, try to reconstruct the variation without any help,
Okay.
and write down, okay, this is what I think I was going to do at the board, and then check with the computer. And this is quite funny, but if you then check it with the computer, but you've already written down what you were going to do, so if the computer says you were wrong, you will not adjust your memory. You will simply remember what you were going to do. But this is very healthy, because if you try to think and remember what you, just like you did in the game, and then you check if it was correct or wrong, then next time you know what can go wrong. So this is a very good way to grow.
Thank you, sir, for suggesting me.
Also, did you see this in the game that you went Queen D2 and I went...
So please tell me move number.
Yeah, it's move 17. You went Queen D2, right?
Yes, sir. Queen D2.
Okay, you don't need this move at all. Because
Queen D2, I think I put bishop on F4.
No, but this is... I briefly forgot that as well. But if I go Rook D6, you cannot play bishop F4. Do you see why?
Oh.
I'll give you one clue. You did something on move 13 and that allows me something now. Can you see what you did on move 13? Okay, I won't torture you much more. With that clue, you just think about...
Knight takes C3.
Your king is on C1, your bishop is on F4.
I did not see, sir. Bishop?
H6.
Okay, bishop H. Yes, I missed my... सर मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहती हूँ आप चेस से क्या क्या सीखे हैं?
Probably the most important thing is to be careful before you make a move, because you can't take it back. So this, I mean, in chess it's basically just the rules, but at the same time it's almost a philosophy. You need to be very careful about your decisions before you make them. The second thing is to always focus on the position in front of you. It doesn't matter how many chances you missed before or how lucky you were before. The only thing that matters is what's in front of you right now. I would say this is almost philosophical. Both these attitudes, if you can learn from chess, then they work perfectly well in life as well. Besides that, I think in chess, it's very important not to have very strong opinions on what is right and wrong. You must be willing to learn. I mean, if the evidence changes and new conclusions are coming, then you should be able to adapt and try new things. And only if you keep doing that, your chess will be up to date. That's maybe one more thing. What else? Don't be disheartened by defeat, and don't give yourself too much credit for success. And don't relax till you achieve your goal. Megha, what do you feel chess has taught you? What do you do differently because of what you've learned in chess?
सर फर्स्ट मुझे लगता है कि मैं एक पार्शियली ब्लाइंड प्लेयर हूँ, तो मुझे ये लगता है कि ब्लाइंड लोगों के साथ खेलने के लिए और साइटेड लोगों के साथ खेलने के लिए अलग कुछ नहीं होता, सिर्फ हम खेलते हैं अच्छा से। और दूसरी होता है सर, चेस ने मुझे ऐसा सिखाया कि जो काम मैंने पहले नहीं कर पा रही थी, मतलब मुझे लगता था मैं ब्लाइंड हूँ, मैं कैसे कर पाऊंगी, तो ये चेस मुझे आत्मविश्वास जगाया क्या नहीं तुम कर पाओगे। और दूसरी चेस सर मन से खेला जाता है। तीसरी क्योंकि वो मन और ब्रेन एक रहेगा कि हमको खेलना है, हम आगे जाके कुछ कर पाएंगे और खेलना है, ये सोच के अगर हम खेलेंगे तो हम ब्लाइंड है क्या साइटेड है इसमें कुछ फर्क नहीं करता है चेस। और ये जो गेम है वो सबके साथ ही खेला जाता है सर, तो ये मुझे अच्छा लगता है खेलने के लिए और ये मैंने सीखा है चेस से।
Wonderful. Actually, it's a great lesson, point you made, which is that it's wonderful that you are able to access your full potential in chess. In fact, the ability to visualize the board without making the moves is what makes you a stronger player. And I think it's wonderful how you've managed that.
Thank you, sir.
How often do you practice in a day or in a week? How often do you play and practice?
4 hours, 5 hours.
You should remember to keep time to relax, to get away from the game also, and then you come back and play better. In 2020, I have also struggled to adapt to all the changes. First of all, because it was a non-negotiable thing. I mean, the pandemic came and we've had to adapt. Feels almost like a gunpoint. And one of the things I've come to appreciate is that this is the long haul. So, you know, if you have to be disciplined and do this for a week or do some extreme effort for a week, that's okay. But this is the long haul. My experience tells me it's a good chance to try new things and learn new things, because we won't have this kind of time, hopefully, in the future.
So, sir, आप मतलब जो सुन रहे हैं हम लोगों को आज, जो देख रहे हैं ये, तो आपको आपका सजेशन क्या है उन लोगों के लिए? आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे?
Well, what I'm going to do as well is just keep practicing, keep trying new things, and the same for you. Just practice, play once in a while, and if you keep trying new things, then you will become stronger. It just happens. Even if you don't see progress for a while, it will suddenly one day you'll realize that you're seeing everything much better.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
I'm very happy and proud to be with you all in the India Inclusion Summit 2020. I have had the chance to interact with many people who find that chess is a great outlet, and it's a game that even people with disabilities are able to play at a very high level. I essentially think that society has to just take into consideration the special needs of people. It's mostly thoughtlessness which we need to fight against. I'm very supportive of any initiative to make India more inclusive, and it was a pleasure playing chess with Megha today.
Keep practicing and keep trying new things. This time might never come, but we can still keep practicing and trying new things. Wasn't that inspiring? Right from the words of Vishwanath Anand and Megha. And now that we're all indoors and we're spending so much of time with gadgets, why don't we just keep that a little away and play chess as a family? The board game chess, yes. Take it out and connect as a family through chess. One of the oldest games of this world. And from violet, as we move into the next color, you know which color? Yes, I for indigo. A color that's so common in Indian textiles. Kurtas, saris, salwars. And they say the process of making these colors of indigo goes back hundreds of years. And there are families which make indigo dyes which can last for about 3 generations. Yes, that's how precious is the formula of making indigo. And Pliny the Elder, a Roman author, even mentions that India as a source of indigo. They say that the word India became indicum, and indicum became indico, and indico became indigo. Let me also tell you a fact. Scientists have discovered in 2008 that when a banana becomes ripe, it glows bright indigo under a black light. Scientists are saying, not me. And what are those words which come when when you can think of words that begin with I? I for intuition, imagination, inclusion. Yes, indigo represents all of these. And can you all think of our friends and how each of our friends are very different? Right. Okay. Now, can you tell me what you all think that you are good at? That one thing that you all are fabulous and good at. It could be running, it could be sketching, it could be singing, it could be maths, it could be playing an instrument. Can there be one thing that suits everybody? Will all of us say just one answer? And what if I take 4 of you and put you inside a room magically and ask you to start talking about what you are good at? No. That technology has still not come, and maybe by the time you all reach college, that technology might come. And as we all think, let's listen to 4 children like all of you. 4 children who've never met each other. Let's meet Sagarika, Ananya, Sridevi, Karuna. Shh. And before they spoke, they didn't even know each other because they never met each other, right? They're not from the same school. They don't live in the same city. They don't speak the same mother tongue and father tongue, but they have some unique abilities that they're going to share with all of us. Over to the 4.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever All Children panel for India Inclusion Summit. My name is Karuna and I'm 13 years old studying in Pine Mount School. I am from Meghalaya and I am very happy to be moderating such a diverse panel of students from across India. Our topic of discussion today is Everyone is Good at Something, which is also the tagline of the summit. To start my panel, I would like to start with the introductions of my panelists. So I will start with my first panelist, Sagarika.
Hello everyone, my name is Sagarika. I'm 13 years old. I study in 8th grade in Head Start Educational Academy, which is a mainstream school. I was born blind, but that has never stopped me from doing what I enjoy, like coloring, craft, cooking, dancing, and the recent liking to technology, which has helped me immensely, especially during this pandemic times. Early intervention in Braille and mobility has helped me become part of mainstream schools. It has also helped me overcome many hurdles.
Thank you. Now I will move on to my next panelist, Ananya.
My name is Ananya Jain and I am in class 5, the Durg Girls School. I have a learning condition, dyslexia, which causes me problem in reading, writing, learning, and spellings. My school has given me extra reading classes. I have never felt excluded. I take the same exams like other students in my class do. Despite my learning condition, I cope up with studies and get good marks. Though I take longer to prepare for exams, the hard work pays off. My family members are really good and they teach me different subjects.
Thank you, Ananya. My next panelist is Sridevi, who's also helping us with the sign language interpretation today.
Hi, my name is Sridevi. I am in class 8. I'm from Sudarshan Vidya Mandir. I'm in Bangalore. My parents were born deaf. They went to proper schools for the deaf. where to easily communicate with them, I learned sign language at the age of 3 from my uncle. I tell whenever we are watching a movie, I tell them what's happening, or when we have to buy something, I explain the other person. They support me at all times. When I was small, I used to keep thinking that I'm not lucky and stuff, but later on, yeah, it's not a big issue. They're just like the other people. I don't find a major difference between the others and my parents. I taught my friends sign language so that others couldn't understand what I was speaking with them.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for a lovely introduction. Now, back to Sagarika. So, Sagarika, you mentioned you study in a mainstream school that ensures you are included in everything. I would like to learn more about it.
So the school included me by treating me like they treat all other students and not giving me any special consideration. They also provide me with braille books and a brailler to write with. They also let me be part of activities like sports, theatre, etc., just like my friends. We also play blind cricket, in which everybody is blindfolded so the game is fair.
Wow, that's amazing. So, what do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, I do origami and craft. I can show some of them right now. So those are all my origami which I have done.
Wonderful. Thank you. Moving back to Ananya. Ananya, you mentioned you have dyslexia in your introduction. How do schools support slow learners, and how does the peer group support help?
They give them personal space with teachers and extra classes and a little bit more attention, and they help them learn so they can do better in their exams.
Okay. So, do you miss your boarding school, and are you enjoying studying from home?
I miss boarding school.
I see. Are you enjoying studying from home?
Yeah, because here everyone is teaching me and I am getting better marks than I get in school.
That's great. Thank you. So now, Sridevi, could you give us an example of a sign language? Perhaps teach us?
Yes. Okay, I'll tell you how to sign what is your name. So, what is what? A thumbs up. Is your, point at the person, name. Yeah. So, what is your name? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very helpful. Now, as I move to close the panel, I would like to hear all of your views on what you think about our topic of discussion. Everyone is good at something. I will start with Sagarika.
So I'm really glad to be part of this event. The thing I liked the most was that I got to meet so many new people like Karuna, Sridevi and Ananya. Denying the misconception that many people have that a blind person's life is plain and colorless, I have painted my life with fun things like origami, craft, coloring, cooking, dancing, etc.
Thank you. We also are very pleased to meet you. So now moving on to Ananya.
Yes, even I am sure that everyone is good at something because people are different in all aspects. But this diversity makes all of us unique and strong in our own ways. And I am different and I own it, and we should embrace our differences.
Yes. Thank you, Ananya. So last but not least, Sridevi.
Yes, everybody is good at something. My parents also proved that everybody is good at something. It's because of them that I learned new language. It's very useful in like public places as it decreases the noise pollution and it's good. All your stories made me think that everybody is good at something, and I'm very happy to meet all of you.
Same as us. We are very happy to meet you. So, thank you all for joining in today and sharing your life with us. I completely enjoyed getting to know all of you for a little bit and learning that everyone is good at something. I hope to meet you all in person one day. To all the viewers watching us, I thank you for taking out time to listen to all of us, and I hope you enjoyed the session as much as I enjoyed hosting it.
Wow, beautiful. Did you all notice that Sridevi was using sign language? Sridevi was using sign language when the others were speaking. I wish I knew sign language when I was in school. But you all have a chance now. You can tell your parents and teachers, and they can write to India Inclusion Summit at gmail.com, and you can all learn an inclusive language. Would you all be ready for that? Why not? Okay, a color which has so many shades, a color which has one of the highest number of shades of all the other rainbow colors. Yes, blue. You have baby blue, midnight blue, navy blue, royal blue, sky blue. Wow, you can even rap on it, right? Baby blue, midnight blue, navy blue, royal blue, sky blue, R-A-B. Oh, so many blues. Whew. But can you tell me an animal that has the word blue in it? The large animal. Yeah, the blue whale. But is a blue whale really blue in color? Have you looked a little closer? They say 8% of the world's population have blue eyes. Check it out. Let's go and see people's eyes and see who has blue. Okay. Now close your eyes and imagine the blue color. You might even smile imagining it, because blue represents trust, loyalty, wisdom, faith. And what is that one thing that comes to your mind when we say the word loyal? Friend, right? A loyal friend. And do you all have that one best friend or a friend you can tell all your secrets to? A friend who includes you in everything he or she does? They say you don't get to choose your family, but you can definitely choose your friend. Now think of your best friend and what all you love doing together. Here is a song on friendship that you can all sing along by vocalist and songwriter Vasu Dixit. Sing along with Vasu Dixit.
ये यारी है हमने चुनी, ये यारी है हमने चुनी, या कहानी है ये खुदा ने खुद ही बुनी। ये यारी है हमने चुनी, या कहानी है ये खुदा ने खुद ही बुनी। अपना जो साथ है रब तेरी सौगात है, अपना जो साथ है रब तेरी सौगात है। ये यारी है हमने चुनी। वार दो दोनों जहां में तेरी एक मुस्कान पे, मुस्कान पे, मुस्कान वार पे। दो दोनों जहां में तेरी एक मुस्कान पे, तेरी एक मुस्कान पे, मुस्कान पे। हम दो जिस्म एक जान है, तेरा नाम मेरी आजान है। ये यारी है हमने चुनी, ये यारी है हमने चुनी, या कहानी है ये खुदा ने खुद ही बुनी। अपना जो साथ है रब तेरी सौगात है, अपना जो साथ है रब तेरी सौगात है। ये यारी है हमने चुनी, ये यारी है हमने चुनी, ये यारी
Do you know who's written this song? It is Vasu Dikshit's very, very close friend, Ashwin Karthik. And you know who Ashwin has written this song for? For his best friend, Bharat. And Ashwin is the first successful engineer from India with cerebral palsy. His friend Bharat had a big role to play in shaping Ashwin's career while putting his own on the back burner. Let me take you into the story of Ashwin and Bharat. Once upon a time, there lived two young boys, Ashwin and Bharat. They had nothing in common except their friendship. And the first time they met, it was during their teen years, during their junior college time. And they bonded so well, and their friendship only grew and grew after that. Few years later, Ashwin entered the big engineering college. But it was not as easy as Ashwin thought it would be. What was simple for others was so complex for Ashwin. And sitting in a class for long lectures, climbing up the stairs to the third floor of the class, for Ashwin was not at all easy with his cerebral palsy. Even when the principal offered to shift the class to the ground floor, the rebel in Ashwin said, no, I will go to the third floor. And life slowly started changing for Ashwin, and that's when Bharat entered. And Bharat, Ashwin. And for Bharat, it was all about Ashwin's smile at the end of the day. Ashwin continued studying, and Bharat started taking notes for them. And Bharat started scribing for Ashwin because Ashwin couldn't keep up with the speed of the teachers. And they bonded over even small things like singing songs and singing sports. They complement each other, and that's when the last year of college was a trip to Mandya. And Mandya was where Ashwin went for his campus placement for a job. And they had to go by a bus. And this was many, many years back. Imagine from Bangalore to going to a bus in Mandya for Ashwin, who couldn't walk comfortably. The bus journey was a nightmare. But Ashwin and Bharat had each other, so they had a great trip. And when they landed at the bus stop of Mandya, they asked an autowala, can you drop us to the hotel, which was really close? And the autowala said, don't you see it is so close, walk. But Ashwin can't walk. But Bharat looked at Ashwin and said, and that night was when they watched a movie that made their life so beautiful. They watched Lage Raho Munna Bhai. Pal 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 har pal la 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 la. That night was a night out. No parents, no teachers, nobody telling them what to do. They didn't even sleep their entire night. They saw the movie so much that they kept humming, and next day morning Ashwin went for his interview. But it was not as what Ashwin thought. They gave the same reasons about Ashwin being on a wheelchair, and Ashwin felt very low and not finding the right job for his capabilities. He became very quiet. And wherever he applied, they gave the same reason about it. Months passed, January, June, July, December. 2 years Ashwin was at home. And that's when one day there was a news that flashed. And Bharat was the one who saw that, and it said that the chief minister was open to meeting the public in person. And Bharat just jumped and told Ashwin, we should just go and meet the chief minister. And Ashwin said, what? No. Ashwin was not positive and just laughed about it, whereas Bharat in the night went and stood in the gate of the chief minister and waited for the gate to open. And when the gate opened, Bharat told about Ashwin to the chief secretary and made sure that the chief minister noted about Ashwin. And Bharat showed pictures, Bharat showed videos, and everything that convinced them to meet Ashwin. And over the night, Ashwin didn't even know that the next day is going to change his life. And then came a call to Ashwin. It was Bharat, and Bharat said, come immediately, come. The chief minister wants to meet you in the next few minutes. And Ashwin went, and that changed Ashwin's life. What happened next was a magic, and Ashwin got in touch with Enable India, and Ashwin's life was changed after that. What that friendship can do. Bharat for Ashwin, Ashwin for Bharat. Who wouldn't want a friendship like that? And from that world of blue, let's go into the world of leaves. The leaves of freshness, the harmony, and the harmony that radiates through the green color. Have you seen these flowers bloom? No, I'm not. We've seen the flowers, but have you seen the leaf bloom? And the shades of green that the leaves give out? So bright and so distinct. And you feel like touching those leaves, right? And they say in some languages, the old Chinese, Thai, even old Japanese, and even Vietnamese, the same word can mean either blue or green, it seems. And green was also the first American President George Washington's favorite color. I'm sure some of you are following the elections. And what's that word that resonates with touch? Close your eyes and imagine the touch. What's that word? Sparsh. Sparsh is the word for touch. And if you like the word like sparsh, imagine like Vasu, someone singing. Do you like singing? Do you like writing songs? And how many of you like rapping? Yeah. And wait for someone who does all of this. Head spinning, right? Singing, writing, rapping. And meet someone who only looks at the brighter side of life. He is a renowned artist, singer, and a rapper. He builds his passion slowly and is now a world-renowned speaker. Irrespective of the countless fractures and a very rare disorder, he hides his struggle and he just smiles. Born in New Jersey to a family descendant from Gujarat, he is known for his viral cover video of Eminem's Not Afraid song. How do we own our disabilities? Let's hear from Sparsh Shah.
Hello everyone. I pray you all are healthy, safe, and in the best case, at home today. No matter where we are though, I know that we are all digitally gathered here at the 2020 India Inclusion Summit for two reasons. First, people with disabilities live in a world that wasn't built for them and that doesn't treat them equally. Second, we want to eradicate the social injustice by creating an inclusive India and world. But before we figure out how to do that, I believe we must first define the words disability and inclusion. If we can do so collectively, then we can level the playing fields of society for all, regardless of ability. So first, what does it mean to be disabled? For some of us, it's a word that shouldn't exist because it's too condemning to those who have been given this label. For others of us, disability isn't a physical, mental, or social limitation, but rather, in the words of the late Sean Stephenson, it is one's refusal to adapt. For still others of us, disability is an empowering word, a reminder that really there's no such thing as normal, and we all should embrace that. But what if all these definitions are valid? Think about it. On one hand, the word disabled means not abled. And that, to me, reveals why society has marginalized people like us from the very beginning. Because it's always seen us as a problem that must be fixed. Society sees our differences of ability and different ways of experiencing the world, and then equates them to disabilities. And this leads people to believe that we must be fixed to be fully integrated into society. It's a vicious cycle of circular logic. But we are not really disabled. Most of us are just differently abled. The concept of neuroplasticity proves this. And I believe this is more profound than the adage, when one door closes, another door opens. Maybe, if we were created by a God, maybe he made people with disabilities to show us just how powerful he is, that his purpose can be accomplished with people of all different abilities. And herein lies the first and foremost aspect of what I believe is an inclusive society: having a welcoming mindset. Because we can build as many ramps and elevators and braille signs and text-to-speech programs as we want. We can make healthcare not just free and universal everywhere, but also make it non-discriminatory. We can make policies that ensure that people of all abilities are educated and taken care of and treated with respect by governments and businesses alike. But if we do not eradicate the stereotype that our inability to do certain things equals disability, people will simply think we are fighting for change because we feel entitled to it. But we are not entitled. We've simply been robbed of some basic human rights. And I believe the best way we can show this is true is by leading by example. We as a community can prove to the rest of the world that the true definition of disability is not a physical, mental, or social limitation, but, as I've said earlier, the unwillingness to adapt to life's uncertainty. As a person with osteogenesis imperfecta, I've had over 130 fractures since I was born. I've also had countless surgeries, which have earned me 8 rods and 22 screws throughout my body, which I wear proudly. Interestingly, however, what seems to be unlivable for others is normal for me. I've realized that, as the Greek philosopher Heraclitus worded well, change is the only constant. And for that reason, I've chosen to make uncertainty my close friend. And I believe that if we all do that, we will write ourselves into the narrative of history. Because our adaptivity will be the fuel that drives us to make the world inclusive for all people of all abilities. So yes, on one hand, disabled means not abled. And on the other hand, disabled really just means not being open to adapt. But not everyone has realized this. And whether we like it or not, the world is not going to stop calling us disabled anytime soon. But I don't think that's a bad thing. People derided by society have reclaimed their labels so many times. Did you know, for example, that the word Christian was coined not by followers of Jesus, but by their adversaries, who disparagingly called them little Christs? Or perhaps you might know that the word queer traditionally means strange or peculiar, and it was used to insult non-heterosexuals and non-cisgender people until that same group reappropriated the term in the 20th century. African Americans now take pride in calling themselves black, a term that Caucasians not only once used to identify their color, but also their second-class status in a segregated society. So my point is, whether we like the name or not, let's be proud of our label today, Let's stand up, well, sitting down for some of us, and tell the world today that we are disabled. We're not wheelchair bound, blind, deaf, mute, autistic, dyslexic, or dystrophic. There are almost 1 billion of us. We're not a minority, okay? You may laugh at us because we're different, but we laugh at you because you're all the same. No offense. Yes, our lives are filled with struggles, but there's strength in numbers. 3 out of every 20 human beings are disabled. So stop treating us differently. Because hey, both disabled and abled people make mistakes. Christopher Columbus got lost, and he wasn't even blind. And we need to quit being pitiful of ourselves because we get made fun of, or we can't fit in, or we can't do this or that or the other thing. Because guess what? Our hearts are unchangeable. We are feelers. We gave the world the adventures of Professor X and the music of Beethoven, Stevie Wonder, Kenny G, Ray Charles, Jacqueline Dupre, and Django Reinhardt. And the wonder of Captain Underpants. We are thinkers. We're good at math because we discovered the mass energy equation, E equals mc squared for all you science nerds. And we're pretty good at letters too. We are doctors, engineers, architects, techies, and so much more. And we mean business. We are dedicated, reliable, and have great innovative potential. We are huge and efficient in all time zones, but we run on one clock. And sure, people may call us slow, but I personally think it's better to be the tortoise than the hare. At the end of the day, we never want anything more than love and acceptance, because we already have everything we need. Wheelchairs, Microsoft Sam, hearing aids, Google Glass, prosthetic limbs, braille readers, robots, and of course, courage. All us, all impaired. And you're welcome, world, for the telephone that revolutionized long-distance communication, and the phonograph, which first recorded our dearest memories, and the theory of relativity, which helped us understand speed and perspective in terms of space at a whole new level. Our spirits are strong. Our ideas are strong. Our creations are strong. Society is lucky? When the world strives, we exceed. In fact, we're practically the destroyers of discrimination. And we gave you Stephen Hawking, Albert Einstein, Alexander Graham Bell, Helen Keller, and even President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This world is amazing and awesome. And no matter where you are or who you are, you can always find the influence of disabled people all over the world. We are not weak, but strong. We are disabled, but we are unbreakable. Thank you so much. And now, I want to share with you all a little gift from me to you. And I believe this is a perfect musical testimony of this last statement. We are disabled, but we are unbreakable. Introducing the new version of the India Inclusion Summit's theme song, Asma Ke Paar. I've added some of my own rap to it. I hope you like it. A bird, when it flies, doesn't care about its size. And airplanes, even with their weight, can soar across the skies. From STEM to arts to sports, we have traveled far, even though they said we wouldn't make it. Do you know who we are? मेरी काया के भेद कुछ अलग से है, ना है गलत ना है सही, कुदरत के इस इंतजाम का मैं हूँ खास तुम नहीं। मिल भी जाए अगर एक जन्म और फिर जी दूंगा मैं उसे 100 बार। आसमां के पार, 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 आसमां के पार। Everyone is blessed, each differently than the rest, but we all have the zest to live life to the fullest. No matter our ability, we all can breathe in life in ways people can't imagine, though obstacles are rife. We may not have voices, but we are not unheard. Yes, we may seem trapped, but we are freer than birds. You may say we're cursed, but we're miracles in disguise. And you may try to put us down, but we will always rise. कुछ सपने बुने आँखों ने, कुछ अपने चुने राहों ने, कुछ हसरतें बढ़ने लगी, कुछ चाहते जगने लगी, मंजिलें रह गईं खुद ब खुद पीछे और हम मुड़ चले आसमां के पार, आसमां के पार, आसमां के पार, we all can breathe in life in ways people can't imagine, though obstacles are right. We may not have voices, but we are not unheard. Yes, we may seem trapped, but we are freer than birds. You may say we're cursed, but we're miracles in disguise. And you may try to put us down, but we will always rise. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's go out there today and tell the world we are disabled. We are proud of that label. We always will be. Thank you.
Let's be proud. Asaman keep singing that song and telling yourself, be proud of yourself. And listening to Sparsh just makes me smile and keep looking at the brighter side of life. And when you say bright, what time do you all wake up in the morning? No, I'm not asking about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, but whenever you wake up. And have you seen the rising sun and the yellow that it radiates in such a high energy? And the color that I connect many times is with yellow. And I heard the story of a young man who at the age of 1.5 years started showing signs of very high energy. And there was a behavioral change and became very quiet. His mother, instead of ignoring it, she went and took help. And she accepted that her son had autism. She decided to support him in every step that he took. And one day, during an activity session of doing a ramp walk, Pranav just came back, and when Pranav saw somebody walking the ramp, he said, "This is what I want to do." And Pranav told that many times, "This is what I want to do." And his mother listened to Pranav. And from that day, he has followed the schedule of a model. And Pranav is just not a model, but Pranav Bakshi is also a photographer. Pranav Bakshi is a golf player. Pranav Bakshi is also many other things, which you will see in some time. And how many of you like to be an actor, a model, a social media influencer, YouTube, Instagram? I'm sure some of you will have accounts and you follow a lot of people on social media, right? I have two individuals with me today, and they are not models in their professional life alone, but they are role models through their work, through what they've done. On one side, there is someone who has battled great odds, channeled his energy in whatever he had showed his interest in. His mother keenly watched and took him to spaces where he was accepted. Pranav Bakshi. And this year, many people have come out and have shown such great optimism in a time of pandemic. And they have inspired so many of us. Can you name few people who you've seen in the paper or in your streets or in your city? And how many of us know of such superstars or models who have had autism while they grew up? A pandemic superstar has inspired this supermodel with autism. Sonu Sood, known for his movies across various languages, Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, and touched thousands of people's heart through his actions and during this pandemic, answers some beautiful questions thrown by Pranav Bakshi, India's first model with autism.
Hi Sonu sir, it's pleasure to meet you. I like your movies, entertainment, Happy New Year, and Kung Fu Yoga. You are fit, you are an inspiration.
Hey, thank you so much, Pranav. Really, it's a pleasure connecting with you, buddy. And I'm glad that I'm able to make some movies which can entertain you. And I hope that I'll make many more movies. And maybe one day we'll get together to watch it together. You know, you sitting by my side, and we'll have share some good popcorns together. Yeah, looking forward, buddy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So what's
saw on
happening,
Google
Pranav?
search that you were born in Monga, Punjab. And you are an engineer. And how was your journey from Monga to movies?
Yeah, Pranav, I was born in Punjab and in a place called Patiala. Actually, I was born in Patiala, but I was grown up in Moga. I grew up in Moga and never thought that I'll become an actor one day. Your destiny brings you to the place you belong to. And after finishing my engineering, I came to Mumbai to become an actor. I never knew anyone in this city, but slowly when you have the wishes of your parents, when you have the blessings with you, things become easy. God guides you on a right path, and slowly things happen. So I think the wishes of my parents helped me reach where I am today. And though still miles to go, but the journey is on. And I feel that, it's all because of destiny that I got into movies, and now I'm enjoying my space.
I was born at PGI Hospital in Chandigarh. I live in New Delhi. And when I was small, I used to trouble my sister. But I don't do that now. And when I didn't know how to express myself, I used to act like Mr. Bean when he didn't know how to express himself. But I don't do that now because I know how to express myself. And my mom and my sister Nita told me about the secret that I have superpower, and it's autism. I'm India's first model with autism. I like photography. I know so much about English music. I love fitness. I like to mimic. I study graphic designing. And in 2016, I'm going to retire as a graphic designer. But I'll not retire from modeling. I will do it forever.
Yeah, how cool is that, Pranav? I'm sure, you will give, every model in this country a big competition. They'll get insecure if they come with you on the ramp because you are the best. From now, you should call yourself a supermodel, not a model. Pranav is a supermodel.
Thanks.
And of course, I think fitness is one thing very, very important, Pranav. I in my college days, I used to go to the gym and work out, but never actually realized that, fitness is going to take me, to this journey of becoming an actor, and now it's a part of our life. So I always want to tell you that you love modeling, which is very, very good, but do take care of your health, fitness, indulge in some kind of a sport, play anything, badminton, cricket, whatever you like. And I'm sure you know everything about
I play
modeling now.
golf.
And of course, what about that's so cool. I played golf only in
Nice.
movies, so I'm not good with golf. So maybe
Yeah.
someday I will come to you and I'll get some lessons. But like you said, you I do photography too. So maybe I'll get some few pictures clicked from you one day, and I think that those pictures will be I would say, the most special portfolio ever. So maybe I'll take an appointment from you and I'll come and meet you in Delhi someday. Of course, you have
Can
to.
you give me tips for fitness?
Yes, of course. I will. The little that I know about fitness, you you have to eat right. Most of the people they go to the gym, they do some kind of exercises, but they don't take care of the diet. So which is very, very important. So always try to eat healthy. Always try to eat right, because 80% is what you eat. That shows on your body. So always ask. Your mommy to give you right and healthy food, because you're into modeling, and you have to stay healthy, because people, everyone looks up to you that, okay, we want to be like Pranav, we want to be super fit like Pranav. So I think it's very, very important to take care of yourself, and you're an inspiration for so many people. So maybe someday I'll come to Delhi and we will do a workout session together, and maybe I'll get to learn few things from you, and maybe you'll also learn few things from me.
Uh, Vivek, why did you decide to help people during COVID-19?
Pranav, actually, I never knew it's going to happen the way, if we see how the whole movement started. But I started with helping almost 300 people, 350 people who were going to Karnataka. They didn't have any means, and little kids with them, hungry, no place to stay, no place to sleep. So that's the first lot of people I helped them go back to their natives. And from there, the whole journey started, when a lot of people started approaching me, and they had faith. They had a belief in me that, Sonu will send us back to their families. Then from people from all different states, all over India, they started messaging me on my social media platforms that they want to go back to their homes. And then I was not trained to send them back to their homes. I never knew how to send them back to their homes, but I had the zeal to help them. So I think that zeal and that motivation to help them guided me right, and I was able to help so many people. So the biggest lesson that I learned from the whole experience was that when you try to help others, that's the time you will realize how powerful you are. You have to go out, help others, and you will slowly see that people will start joining you, people will start following you, people will start getting inspired from you, and lots of lives will change. Whether you talk about helping someone through education, someone through sending back to their homes, or some medical help. So you have to do it, and especially someone who is not looking for a help. Imagine there's some needy person in your society, maybe a watchman, maybe a vegetable vendor outside your society, who needs some kind of help. But he has no connection with Pranav. So maybe he'll just pray to God. Okay, today someone I want to help me deposit the tuition fee of my daughter in my school or college. And imagine Pranav comes and he says, hey, I want to help your daughter. I want to help your family. I want to do something for you. And you make that happen. So the kind of happiness that person will get will be immense. So that's what I want to tell you. Try to motivate people to help others, and then you'll see how the life changes. So I think I'm sure you are going to do that, and you're going to share those stories too.
I saw in the news that you were helping laborers by reaching buses and trains. I decided to do the same. And I did 3 designs of trays and coasters. I'm selling them and I'm giving money. I'm going to give money to PM Cares Fund to help people who are troubled because of COVID.
Oh, that is so cool, and do share some with me also. Maybe I'll also buy some coasters from you, and then you can help those needy people. I love to have some beautiful designs from Pranav, and I'm really looking forward to that.
And I did 3 designs: majestic elephant, divine clouds, and laughing flowers.
So I want
I
all
want
the 3.
to gift you.
No, I will buy it from you. And for whatever money you get, you have to give it to someone who needs that help. Okay?
Fine, done.
Done. Looking forward, Pranav. Thank you so much.
Do you have a message for us?
Yes, I just have one message for all of you, and especially for you, that you have inspired me today. And yes, I knew about you, that we have a model, Pranav, who is a superstar. But now I want to tell you from today, you're just not a model, but you're a supermodel. We all are very, very proud of you. And I really look forward to working out with you, getting some pictures clicked by you, learn some golf lessons from you. And, I'm really, really looking forward catching up. And, I just want to tell you that, all the best, Pranav, and, all thanks to the India Inclusion Summit for, championing this cause and spreading the message of inclusion. I mean, it's really a very special moment for me to be a part of this family today.
Thanks. I'm so happy to meet you.
Thank you so much, Pranav. God bless you, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Sonu sir.
God bless you, man. A big salute.
When you help someone, you start discovering about yourself. And if you want to check out Pranav's coasters that he's talking about, you can go on Instagram and check it out. All the 3 designs he's talking about, that's what he was talking to Sonu about. The elephant, the laughing flowers, and the divine clouds. Pranav Bakshi and Sonu Sood, when you help somebody, you will discover something about yourself. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, so many colors. But wait, why don't you all just go and get your pencils? Yes, so this is a 10-second quick, not a break, but a quick activity. Now get up from your seat and get your notebook, get a plain book, your crayons, maybe some colors, sketch pens. I can wait for 10 seconds. Yes, get whatever that you want to use for sketching, drawing, painting. Yes, now it's an activity time. Go, 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 go. Okay, as you're getting it, I hope all of you are running around getting it. Can you all think of that one fruit that we eat whose name on the color is the same? Such an easy answer, and you're telling me that you're asking such a difficult question to us. Of course, it's orange. Orange with an O and an R and an A and an N and a G and an E. Can you tell that fast? O and an R and an A and an N and a G and an E. Yeah. And orange means enthusiasm, creativity, determination, success, encouragement, and such lovely words. And they say that orange, the word orange comes from a root word which goes into the Tamil language, it seems. Wow, so many words in English has roots in Indian languages. Okay. Are all oranges orange in color? No. There are few varieties of orange that are actually green when they ripe, it seems. Have you seen them? Check it out next time you go to the market. Okay. That's fine, but have you smelled the smell of an orange tree flower? Have you seen an orange tree? Smell the flower. We smell the fruits very often, but how many times do we smell the flower of the fruit? Okay. Okay. Now that you've got your stationery, what if I ask all of you to start drawing? Take your pencils and pens. But you have to draw without your hands. You have to paint without your fingers. What? Draw without hands and paint without fingers? Is that easy? But Anu Jain can. Anu Jain was born with no legs and arms, and she not just paints but is also a photographer. She's a design artist. And how does she do this? Did she learn from someone? No. And similar to her, there is another artist, Vilas Nayak, who learned it all by himself and started painting from the age of 3. And today, he's Asia's fastest speed painter. What makes the love of painting for both of them? How do they do that? How do they do it every day? Let's get into their world. And if you have your pencils and paper, sketch along with them. Get ready, and let's see them paint, and let's see you paint.
How do you, with the first ray, bloom? Don't you ever feel any gloom?
I was asked to be the symbol of love, have been sent from the skies above.
Blooming amidst many a thorn, how do you smile every night and dawn?
The color of love to the world I give, the love in me to share is why I live.
Your thorns hurt and scare. How would love be that you share?
My thorns are often misunderstood. At guarding me, they are so good.
Wow, that was amazing, amazing. Great to have this art jugalbandi with you, Anu. I loved creating this artwork together. How did you feel doing this?
Same here. It was very relaxing and an enjoyable thing for me.
Yeah.
Because I always love roses a lot. Anything for rose.
Fantastic. I mean, you did an amazing job. Congratulations for that wonderful painting. I have seen a lot of your artworks actually. And you seem to be a trained artist, are you?
No, I am self-trained artist actually.
Oh.
I'm not a trained artist.
Okay.
I just took couple of classes, art classes from a local teacher in West Bengal and
Okay.
learned some techniques of water painting as well as acrylic. That's it. Otherwise, I did by my own. I learned everything with my own.
Same with me. I mean, I am also a self-taught artist. People ask me, oh, did you go to any art college and all that? But no, I mean, I really wanted to go and study art professionally, but I couldn't. I was actually unfortunately good in academics as well. I was a rank holder. So people are like, when you can, go and work as a, let's say, the usual professions that we talk about. Art is always seen as an unconventional career path in India, at least, right? So
Yeah.
I had to continue with my academics and didn't learn art professionally though. But it's good, right? In a way that we are not trained artists. In that way, we are free to do whatever we feel like, isn't it?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. And I heard that you are also a teacher. What do
Yes,
you exactly do? If you can please explain to the audience who are watching us right now.
Yeah, I'm a teacher. I started my teaching career not as a career, just because where I was living beside my house, there was a uncle auntie who started art classes. So they asked me, you join because you do a great art thing. So I said, okay, I will join. Then I joined them later on when I shifted to Bangalore. After looking at my website, my works and my exhibition, I recently had my last solo exhibition in 2016 in Bangalore only.
Wow.
So while
Good.
looking at all those things, my apartment people has asked me, why don't you start taking classes in Bangalore too? मैंने कहा, okay,
Wonderful.
okay, I will think about it. Then I started taking classes of kids. I did lots of workshop for adults also.
I remember for India Inclusion Summit couple of years ago, we did a shoot at the Spastic Society of Karnataka, and I had to perform out there in front of so many kids. And we had a great time shooting and performing for all the kids.
Performing in front of kids is really always a cherishable and like memorable, and you can spend more and more times with them, I guess.
Yeah, because what I feel is they are because of the innocence that they have, and they will give you the most honest feedback. They like it, they'll tell you. If they don't like it, they don't. So do you have anything? I have been asking you a lot of questions, and sorry, this shouldn't look like an interview there. But do you have anything to share or ask?
Yeah, I like to know about your life story, your journey, and what is your dream? Like, what do you want to be in your future? Because I have never dreamt anything.
No, actually, sometimes the dream can be like very vaguely. We want to be someone, but then along the way, you can't really predict, right, what happens in future. Like I remember when I was a kid, I used to paint like 8 to 10 hours a day. Like we didn't have any disturbance at that point of time. I'm talking about 25 years ago, right?
That time no mobile, the main disturbance thing.
No social media, which is obviously good also now, through which we are able to interact. But then also as an artist, you will do better if you are less distracted. You need that focus, to paint. And I had that during my childhood, and I would spend a lot of time painting, got a lot of awards as a kid. That encouraged me to go on and, pursue my dream. I used to work for a software company here as an HR. After working for about 6 years, I quit my job because I wanted to chase my dream of passion, which is art. And 2011, I took that calculated risk to become a full-time artist. Now, you asked me what you want to become. In one way, I feel like I'm already living my dream, because how many people actually get a chance to live their dream, isn't it? Like for me, it has been a dream journey, actually moving from a corporate world to do actually something which I really wanted to do. This has really been an amazing journey, but as an artist, there is always scope for improvement. And I look at my artworks and I feel maybe I should do something different. Maybe, that part of the painting hasn't come out really well. Probably that dissatisfaction will lead to something more beautiful in future. Let's see how it goes.
True.
Do you also feel, when you have painted something, like for me, a lot of on-stage performances that I do, sometimes people give standing ovation also, but then I come backstage and I'll be thinking, I should have done that better, that part of painting or something. Does that happen to you also as an artist?
Yeah, always actually. There is always a scope of improvement. Whenever you look at it again and again now, you find, oh, I could have done this. I could have done that. So it's always there. Actually, I think everyone is a student full life.
All right. So, Anu, this has been an amazing journey for you also. I have seen a lot of your works. Fantastic. But I want to know, what do you want to do in future? Do you have any plans? Do you want to create something more amazing in future? Please share with us.
My plan is to share the knowledge with everyone.
Okay.
And let people know who am I, what I do.
Okay.
Simple, not complicated.
Fantastic.
What about you? What's your plan? What do you want?
A lot of plans, actually. I mean, there's no end for an aspiration, right? We can aspire to become more and more and do a lot of creative stuff. But as an artist, I want to do a lot of oil paintings going forward. I've done a lot of speed painting still now, but one of the area where I want to concentrate more is definitely the fine art space. And with regards to the performing art space, I have performed in 36 countries as of now. My dream is to perform in at least 100 countries, you know, because
Oh my God.
yeah, because there's no language barrier, at least for art, right? You can go to
Yeah.
any place and perform. People will still be able to connect. That's the beauty of art. And I'm so
True.
thankful that through this medium, I'm able to connect with you and so many more amazing people who are watching us right now. So thank you so much,
Thank
India
you so
Inclusion
much.
Summit, for making this happen. And thank you, Anu, for
Thank you so
you know,
much, Vilas.
for being part of this and able to do this amazing piece of artwork together.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Art has no language. And we're all students for our life. Two things that we can carry forward. And how many of you watching this ended up sketching something? Did you draw? Did you scribble? Did you sketch? Did you paint your expression visually? And if you've done it, send it to indiainclusionsummit@gmail.com. And we might post it on our social media, and the children's artwork might come up on the will come up on the website, and parents can even post it and tag the summit on your social media. Okay. Having watched all these colors of the rainbow, I always wondered who created this rainbow. Is there somebody who sat and started painting this rainbow? Did someone choose what colors to put in the rainbow? That's a very tough question. And I will never find the answer. I don't know if any of us might find the answer. And while we think of who created the rainbow, let's meet someone who created the India Inclusion Summit. And the summit that connected all of us sitting in different cities in different parts of India and the world, but connected through inclusion. Meet the person who started this and doing it, and created a space for love and inclusion, which is what the last color of the rainbow represents, right? And that color of love. The heart red color. Meet Feroz, and his love of the India Inclusion Summit for 9 years is a celebration by itself. And taking it to the youth has been one of his passion. And this year, it has come true thanks to all of you watching, parents, teachers, children, and now listen more from him. And to see what happens when you love something so deeply, Feroz and his words.
Hello, everybody. I'm so delighted to see all of you here at the India Inclusion Summit for Youth. This has been a work in progress for many years. We've always wanted to do this, but it gives me great joy to see so many schools, so many teachers, parents, and students participating in this event today. Vikram has already talked to you about the importance of the various colors, and I understand red is a color of love. Red is a color of great joy, and I hope throughout the day you would have witnessed great joy and love in the various sessions by the speakers. I don't want to pick any personal favorites, but I had great fun watching Megha Chakravarti giving Vishwanathan Anand a run for his money. It's such a delight to see the young playing with their role models in many ways and really fighting it at par with all of them. And it was not just Megha, but I also saw Anu doing the speed painting with Vilas Nayak, and I also saw Pranav Bakshi with his role model Sonu Sood having this brilliant conversation earlier today. And so my core belief has been that change can only be driven by passionate youth, and hence the India Inclusion Summit was really built with the idea of keeping the youth at front and center. We believe that true change, not just across the country but around the world, can only be driven by passionate young people like all of you here today. What is very important is to really focus on the idea that everybody is good at something. I really believe that there is a genius that is hidden inside all of you, irrespective of your backgrounds, irrespective of your gender, irrespective of your abilities. It doesn't matter. True magic happens when all of them come together. True magic happens like how a rainbow is made not by each of these individual colors, but when all of these colors come together. And I believe that the idea of inclusion can only happen when our youth from different backgrounds come together and drive change. It doesn't end with the India Inclusion Summit today. In fact, the inclusion movement from the youth begins today. And I hope all of you remain engaged with us in the various conversations that we are going to have in the coming months going forward. Please participate in it. And I'm sure we will have this conversation going on with your respective schools. And I want you all to be deeply engaged in this conversation going forward. Finally, I want all of you to take the inclusion pledge. This is something that you as an individual can make a difference. You can say that starting today, you will see the world in its brightest form. You will see the world in its all true colors. You will see the abilities in everybody around you, and you will not really care too much about the things that doesn't necessarily work. And with that mindset, I think we can truly build an inclusive India, an inclusive world. I know these are difficult times. I know many of you kids are not being able to go to school and locked up in your homes, but I hope through the Inclusion Summit for Youth, we're able to bring a little bit of light in your lives, a little bit of meaning in an otherwise difficult times. And I believe that the power of the youth is the only way we are going to transform this nation and this world. Vikram, thank you for the amazing things that you have done throughout the day. I remember you saying that yellow is your favorite color. My favorite color is green, but because I want to respect your favorite color, here is a ball, a tennis ball that I often play with. I want to pass the ball back to you so that you can take this forward. Thank you so much for being part of the India Inclusion Summit for Youth. Back to you, Vikram.
Thank you, Feroz. That was a beautiful pledge for inclusion. And I request all of you to take the pledge of inclusion and continue with this journey of inclusion going forward. Ha 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 la 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 la. You've heard, watched, and experienced different stories of inclusion today. And from how Vision didn't stop Megha from playing chess to how 4 children are connected through what they are in different ways and how their friendships can bond between Ashwin and Bharat, to how looking at the brighter side of things is so beautiful to the harmony in Sparsh's life, to how autism didn't stop the supermodel Pranav, to the colors in Anu's life, to the love of creating and doing what you believe in through Feroz's words. Take these colors and keep them with you. And each one of you are a genius. You are a genius in the making. And for parents and teachers, every child around you is a genius. And when we listen, a genius is born. When we support, a genius is born. Be that for the children and the youth and for your friends. And that is what I'm going to leave you with. Genius in waiting, all of you. And now, I want you to get your creative cap and write a story, write a poem, or even sketch what you think of the word inclusion. So you can even sing a song and record it. You can draw a beautiful painting of what you think is inclusion. And when you finish that, send it to indiainclusionsummit@gmail.com. I'm waiting to read, listen, and watch what you're going to send to us. Have a wonderful weekend. Keep smiling and celebrate the power of love in each one of us.
La 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 ha 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 bye 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 ta 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 ra re ra ra re ra ra re ra. मैं हूँ खास तुम नहीं मिल भी जाए अगर एक जन्म और फिर जी लूंगा मैं उसे 100 बार आसमां के पार 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 आसमां के पार.
Everyone is blessed, each differently than the rest, but we all have the zest to live life to the fullest. No matter our ability, we all can breathe in life in ways people can't imagine, though obstacles are rife. We may not have voices, but we are not unheard. Yes, we may seem trapped, but we are freer than birds. You may say we're cursed, but we're miracles in disguise. And you may try to put us down, but we will always rise.
कुछ सपने बुने आँखों ने कुछ अपने चुने राहों ने कुछ हसरतें बढ़ने लगी कुछ चाहते जगने लगी मंजिलें रह गई खुद ब खुद पीछे और हम मुड़ चले आसमां के पार आसमां के पार आसमां के पार